Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends. I stole that from Damien Hassan. Just saying. Today on the operating table, we have the used and abused Dean. I didn't see it there for a minute. I see it now.
No. That's not.
Don't they send that through a focus group before they do that?
I mean, this one over here is where you get to play with it.
Why? So welcome back to Guitar Builder, guys. Today we are going to clean and do a quick setup. Not a quick setup. This thing needs more than a quick setup. On Guitar Day Alex. Just doing some preliminaries. It's definitely going to need an overall cleaning and polishing. When I did, if you don't have one of these guys, buy one. It is a very nice string action ruler. I don't remember where I got this one from, but it is made of the metal. Because metal. But just checking the preliminary action on this, somebody told me it was as smooth as melted butter on hot toast, but I'm pulling a reading on here of 3.25 millimeters. For those of us in the States who don't care about such millimeter things, I'm sorry, Canada, I've been trying to convert them for many, many years. It is 0.13 inches, which is way too high. That's about twice as high as it needs to be. So I do see here on the bridge, we do have some room to come down. I'm going to check with the fret rocker on here. I'm also going to check. I don't have my neck ruler, but I do have my level, so we can make sure we don't have banana bowing here. I don't think from either's banana bowing, because the action does seem to be rather consistent from about the 5th fret down. So to me, that's more an issue here on the bridge. Before we start with any of the cleaning, somebody, knowing he was going to get his guitar cleaned, somebody decided to put new strings on it and would like to try to save the strings. We don't know who that was or anything. Right here.
It wasn't me.
So
I had to work, Danny. I had to work. You needed money.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to let Alex himself take off his strings. That way, if he breaks them,
It's on me.
it's his responsibility. That is called CYA, which is cover your ass. My insurance doesn't cover it. But once the strings are off, I'm looking at this, and this fingerboard itself is sloppy as the frets definitely need a polishing. I can also see that somebody enjoys playing first position a lot.
All the songs I have, okay?
Because we're going to have to bust out one of my Happy Fancy tools, which we're going to come over here and look at. Which is, I try not to use a lot of specialty tools, guys. But this is my fret crowning file. This is almost a necessity, because we are going to have to recrown these frets. I'm probably going to level them. I don't use a fancy leveling beam. I actually put the sandpaper on a known straight edge and level with my level. Multi-purpose. I like to have tools that do more than one thing so that they're not a waste of time. We are also going to show you how to use these fancy tchotchkes. It's just because somebody doesn't know his neck radius. So these are just radius finders. So we'll use those and we'll find the actual radius of his neck. But I do have a file. His corners here are pretty good, but once we recrown, we are going to have to redo them.
This is my money maker.
Well,
Until we get this one put together.
That was my intention, to make them as sharp as possible. That's why we always carry, any toolbox should have the emergency use Band-Aid.
The raining blood to a whole nother meeting.
We are going to, I am going to attempt some gel glue, because on this guitar we do have a little cracking here on the neck, if y'all can see that.
Yeah, cracking.
If you can see that in the light, we are going to try to stabilize that. We're not going to try to repair that at this time, because as somebody has mentioned about 28 3/4 times so far, this is his moneymaker when he does his streaming. So it can't be out of commission. If we were to properly address that crack with the wood gluing and the processes we would have to do, he would not have the guitar for about a week to a week and a half, and I'm not going to take that away from him, because I don't know if he has any other ones
I have the Fender and that.
he could use. I'm pointing right here. But
hey, I'm a big guy and I already look fat with this one. Imagine what I look like when I'm using those.
fair enough. All right, so we're going to let Alex get to the removing of his strings.
Yep, and noted that these are guitar mounts. They don't come off, so that's going to be, we're going to have to clean around them. Anyone who notices brownie points, these are not the original screws for the input. That is broken off like 7 times. Dimebag has a hole in them. I guess he got shot before he made this. There's screws missing in the pickups.
Oh.
This guitar has a lot of fix-ups, so we're gonna make her look as pretty as possible.
It's a working man's guitar, as we like to call it.
Yeah, this is slowly becoming my own little Frankenstein, just falling apart.
Ta-da! Strings are off, and I didn't have to do anything.
The power of editing. That's mostly fog gum, dude. I swear. Or dead skin. I do got eczema on them.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
When I make love to it.
If it's coming out gray,
back in mayonnaise.
yeah, it comes out in gray powder. So what we're doing is I have an X-Acto, and we're going just very lightly. We're going just very lightly around the edges of the frets. And I actually use the back of the blade because I don't want to dig up the fretboard. But if you take a look,
Years.
that's just...
Told you, dude. It's in rough.
All right. So I think we may even be beyond X-Acto. We're going to actually go
just
with the superfine sanding cloth, sanding sponge, and we're gonna get a twofer. Look at all that gunk. But while we're doing that, we can also get a primary. Wow. Yeah, that's. You have credit cards too. You can use a credit card for this.
I told you.
You could even use
Guitar picks.
Remember
I said, if you want a good before and after of your cleaning job, I got a guitar for you. I want to know what, even though you just had a Guitar Center guitar pick, when I bought it used, it had gunk on the fretboard. Like,
yeah, because they also didn't want to clean
they
it.
were like, I don't want to clean this. 3 frets ain't that bad. Normal work.
That's not bad. That's not bad, huh?
Dude. Really made a week old Legal pair of strings dirty.
I'm barely pressing with this. I'm just lightly going over it because I'm trying to get more gunk. I'm not trying to actually lower the fretboard at all. But
It's rough.
and also to make a little bit ease of play, I'm going to break the edges on the lower bout here.
So if I was gonna upkeep this, what would I need to grab to keep up with the cleaning?
Well, once we get the gunk off, all you got to do is wipe it down when you're done playing. Everybody watching also, hint, hint, hint. When you're done playing, just wipe it down. Oil it every couple of months. Oil the fingerboard, and most of this gunk problem that we're dealing with will be.
So where does the gunk come from?
It's actually dead skin cells, grime, oils, greases on your fingers.
How does the oil keep that out?
The oiling keeps it from. The oil is because this is dry as HE double.
Yes. Okay, so
the wiping with the rag won't let it build up.
and the oil keeps it from setting in.
Yes.
So after this is all clean, do you think it's going to be very noticeable next time I do, like play it live and stuff like that? That it's completely cleaned, and taken care of.
The tone will be affected, so that will be noticeable. But the biggest notice isn't going to be from your listeners; it's going to be from you when you play it and you're like, "Oh my God, I never thought
It sounds so good."
that it would feel this comfortable." And then you'll notice the quality. So the people who watch your stream will notice the quality of the playing
Gotcha.
increase. And then they can be like, oh, hey, now we can't watch this video just to pick on a guy for sucking.
Suck.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not you.
Yeah.
In this case, it actually is the equipment.
Yeah.
So now our next step, we're going to check with our fret rocker. The iLouise. He's related to iCarly. We're just checking if it rocks anywhere. We're checking level. That was me walking it. If the one of the frets was out of level, it would.
Mm-hmm.
I always like to start with the last fret that I went over. When I do it, I'm just kind of doing the middle ones. So the frets are level. They do need a good recrowning, which is where well-loved reclowning. Oh, that's from iLouise too.
Reclowning?
Reclowning. We're going to reclown. And with these, it's very light strokes. We're going to come right on the fret and just. All this is doing is taking the flat spots and bringing them back to round. When the inspiration hits, right? I can also tell you play on the lower parts.
Okay, so the frets that I've been noticing that I get like stuck playing around is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 17. Those are the frets that I am around nonstop.
Yeah, what notes are those?
It depends on what tuning.
The touch, the feel. Now this, you have a lot of pitting in the fret here. Look at this, works as a pointer too. Multi-tool. Right here you can see from pressing down with the strings, that is a little deep So I'm not going to actually be able to get that out with filing. I mean, if you listen.
But I seen it when I was up and close when I was taking off the strings. I was like,
So
oh.
I'm not, the filing is not going to get that out because I would have to file so much off of these frets that you wouldn't have enough to make a note. So that's something we're probably more going to have to address in a future video after our build when you have a guitar to use.
Yeah,
we can do a whole fret job. Yeah, I can remove the neck and we can do that. So, cleaning part done. I'm going to remove the neck so that we can get some super glue down here. And then what we're actually going to do while the neck is removed is I'm going to oil and let that oil just drink up. Ta-da from Narnia! I usually don't do this, but I'm lazy.
Oh, you're just...
So I'm gonna go very slow with it. No, and I'm not allowed to make the jokes I made last time.
You're allowed to. If there's any jump cuts, guys, we know what's up.
Really?
Yeah, I've never taken. And I even put in locking scrap pieces in before. I only took out one screw.
There's our plate. There's some dirt.
Is there a hole in the middle?
That's a location pin. To cut the cost of these, a lot of them are cut on a CNC machine.
Ah.
So that's a location pin that they can put. Wow.
Ooh.
Damn, my man.
Who the fuck?
But they chipped the paint away.
Yeah, they fucked with whoever had this before me was doing some sketchy stuff.
But yeah, it's a location pin so that this can sit on a CNC machine. That was actually from the factory. I can also tell you
I don't think it's ever came off.
that your fingerboard.
Yeah. Is fake wood.
Yeah, because that's painted.
That's painted on.
It's painted this color, and I was just commenting on how nice it was. If anybody wants to see the level of grime, that was how it was when it was nice and clean and brand new. That's what 11 years of naughty time does.
Yeah, well, I don't know who owned it before me and how long they had it, so it might have been longer than 11 years. Alright, so, story behind this. When I first got it, I left it plugged in after playing. I was about 17. I was young and dumb.
That was yesterday. The young and dumb part.
Oh. So I left it plugged in and my dog stepped on it and broke it off. Stepped on it. It snapped.
Lucy, you got some splaining to do.
And when it snapped it out, either one of the dogs ate it or the screw just got knocked off somewhere. The screws got knocked off, so those are not the original screws. Those are just regular screws. So they probably gave me the knob, the bolt on there that you're trying to get off right now.
I'm not trying to get off.
Okay.
I was tightening so that your jack isn't loose.
The bolt that was on it is the bolt from this originally because the kids took this one off. So I had to replace it, and then I bought new ones to put that one on. Like I said, this thing has been through war. Yeah, there's a... play with his member?
No, there was. It looked worse than it was. Okay. There was actually some grime there that I was wiping away, but it was very. Who carved an X over it?
I don't know. See, you see that too? Someone carved an X on it, and I did not. I swear to God. And there's a indent in his head here, and then over here, he's got a hole cut out in his crotch.
Wow. I mean, whoever owned this before you?
Like, I'll admit to my bumps and scrapes, but I didn't cross out the man's penis.
Bumps and scrapes are part of the business, but
I got it only for $100, so it wasn't.
So it owes you nothing.
Yeah.
We know who can't sing. What I'm doing now is I'm bringing that bridge down a little bit because that's going to help with that action and that neck relief issue that we had. Also helps when you get the screwdriver in the screw.
Put it in the hole.
And then later on, we're going to do some pickup adjustment because there's been some sustained complaints.
Yes, and I've been messing with it every week.
So we're going to play the fun game of figure out what he did, undo that, so that we can figure out what was originally wrong with it, which I think was the level and the height the whole time. I don't think that crack is in the wood.
Is it just the paint?
I think it's just a finish crack because looking here, I don't see. And I think that's what this was about, is they were chipping out the paint to see if those cracks were actually in the wood. But they're just finish cracks.
All right. It just always scared me. Like, I was like, shit.
What I'm going to do just for safety's sake is I'll put a little bit of glue here in the neck pocket.
How long is that going to take to dry? I think so. Putting the neck together.
Oh, it dries rather quickly.
Oh, yeah, because it's gel?
Yeah, it'll dry rather quickly, but I like these points because it actually pushes the glue in. Yeah, look at how much oil that's sopped up.
Oh,
yeah. Now, while the glue is drying, set one aside again. And we go back to the other part.
Where is she?
We're just wiping.
I want that one. Gotta get a DSLR.
Tastes good.
Oh.
And for anybody wondering, I've had Dance Monkey in my head. No, I had it in my head before that.
Okay.
That's why I was like, really? That's what you're playing? Later on, when this is clean and he can plug it in, we're going to give all y'all a treat. Because I'm going to play with myself. Not in that way. I apologize greatly. And be with those starving babies in Ethiopia. That, I mean, if you just look at the difference, before we started to now. That is a nicely nourished fretboard.
Oh, so pretty.
And just to bring up to somebody who was bad mouthing scarf joints, you have a scarf joint on your neck too.
I know. I was bad mouthing Gibson. I know.
I believe this is the time frame that Alex goes to the D rolls.
Background music and all the fun stuff.
Yeah. And here we go. And like that, Big Noisy is done.
We want Mark II. This is gonna be our signature.
We're testing the neck. This is actually part of the job. Do you, when you're sliding and doodly or doodly doodly hooly 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 hoolies, do you want to cut a finger? No, so you have to make sure there's no sharp edges.
Yeah,
we don't want any sharp edges.
we all know how this is going to turn out. I'm going to get some slow music. We're going to make it nice.
Oh, I forgot my wah. You don't need that. Look how shiny that is.
I wasn't sure.
Do you see that? Shiny, shiny.
Oh, that's shiny, shiny.
Ooh.
Puts fingers. Stop touching his penis!
What does he even have one? That's for when you really love Dimebag.
X marks the spot, baby.
Truth be told, never
thought. Okay, guys, we're closing down the.
He was okay. No, he was okay. I'm not saying he wasn't talented, but I'm saying if he were still alive, would there be as much of a hype over his playing ability?
I think it was more of him doing different things, like.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And again, not saying he was not a talented guitarist.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I believe a lot of what people called his skill was over accentualized because of his untimely passing.
Yeah. And I agree that his passing overhyped him a bit, but I do, my end, believe that he was a very good. I got finger markings on it? Are my fingers like engraving it? Yeah! Can't tell me I don't practice.
Right there, look at you go.
Ooh! I played enough to leave a finger mark! Oh, like zoinks!
Alright, Scoob.
Yeah, but I think Dimebag is good. I think his passing overdid him, just like Kurt Cobain. He was good. I think.
Is it? I think that's a direct dig. I believe that to be a direct dig because I badmouthed the Dimebag.
Yeah, you badmouthed Dimebag. You know, Kurt Cobain was pretty mediocre. You know, he was.
He was actually. It's the same thing though. It's that he was doing what hadn't been done in the mainstream. Now, I am not saying in any way, shape, or form that Kurt Cobain was the father of grunge music. But I'm saying he was the father of grunge music in the mainstream.
Yes.
Because you've got to remember now, Cobain was just doing what the Melvins were already doing and what other bands that were all kind of lumped into that grunge scene, but weren't actually grunge bands. It was just at that time, anything that came out of Seattle was considered grunge. I like all music, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. Don't think that we're gonna pigeonhole each other. We tease each other.
Yeah, we beat each other up with our music love.
We'll just say that the two musicians that will never get love on this channel. 3. JoJo Siwa, Justin Bieber, and Beyonce. Now, to be clean, she be nourished. I'm going to let Alex put his strings back on. And then we're going to set levels, intonations. I'm going to set up pickups, but I truly think once this action has been lowered, we're not going to have to play. If anything, we might have to lower the bridge a little bit. Success is his!
I did it! I brought it!
I did a thing.
You had this the whole time. He had this the whole... You get back on the camera. I was feeling bad that you had to clean that dirty fretboard, but now that's what you get. That's what you get.
Alright. I just drooled a little.
I'm sitting there winding my life away.
Alright. So
And it
first
comes
first
back
of
with
all,
this.
First of all, in my defense, I thought I left it at home with the flat edge.
Gotcha.
Found it in the guitar case when I opened it up to tune it, and the first thing I thought was, "Oh shit!
Oh shit! I might want to hide this before I go back in there." Perfection.
Well, now if you remember when we began, we were all the way up at 1300. Now, when we check our action, like I had told you in the beginning, we're right down there at about 6/100
Nice.
of an inch on the, and we're right at about 4/100 on the high side. That is a setup guitar, and that was playing the wrong side. We're nice, we're cleaned, we've got a nice setup on it. Alex is about to play and feel the butter. So, to get B-roll, we're going to play a couple songs, which means I've got to finish tuning my guitar. Alex can noodle around on this, see how much he likes it when he doesn't have to squeeze it like the neck of a chicken.
I don't know how the audio is going to be on this, but...
But I thought of you and I saw my way. My heart broke the day he left. Never thought I'd get out of this mess. The drugs and alcohol were here to stay. Then I saw your smiling face and my dream every night. I knew right then and there you were my guardian angel. My guardian angel. Breath against my neck again. I see your face in the mirror, my friend. I never thought I'd ever see you again. I wanna hear the sound of your voice. I wanna feel your tight embrace. I wanna feel your lips again as they touch my penis here. That feels so good. Death's never the end of the line. It's the beginning of a path I know. I never look beyond the stars. Because in the darkest night, your beauty cut the line. I felt home and peace with you. Keep going.
That noise.
Hey,
Even though some of those lyrics,
hey, I was making it up as I go along, man.
yeah.
That's how we edit now. You see, now we play that back and we're like, okay, well, we like that part. We don't like that part. Maybe we don't talk about penis heads and lips. Hey, you know?